Gamers were 100% right to boycott Concord, making this game one of the biggest AAA failures of all time. It has been revealed that Firewalk Studios and its parent company, PlayStation, hired a man pretending to be a woman to play the character of Bazz that uses, quote, she, her pronouns in game. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Roll this up over at thatparkplace.com. And this man pretending to be a woman who uses the name Jamila Adderley confirmed that Firewalk Studios turned him into the free gunner Bazz in their game Concord. That is the character right there of Bazz right there. We had this report from the Pink News. Adderley reportedly wrote this on Instagram. I had to go for a walk because I just don't like it when PlayStation wants to turn me into the baddest knife-wielding assassin in all the land. That's right, yours truly as free gunner Bazz in PlayStation's new multiplayer video game Concord. I'm not sure if Adderley edited the Instagram post, but when I looked at it this morning, you can see that that commentary is no longer there anymore. It just says the baddest, and then there's the knife-wielding emoji with the controller emoji and a heart, and then it's tagging PlayStation and Concord, and then there's a couple of hashtags right there as well. So unclear if that was changed, but this is what Pink News reported Adderley originally wrote on Instagram and cited this post. So it looks like it was changed, which is interesting because remember, they removed the LGBTQ plus tag from their Steam profile when the game first launched. The LGBTQ plus tag was on there, as noted by Mark Kern, aka Grums. He shared a photo of it right here on X. If you want to look at that, I will have the link in the description below, but it was there. Done another video on this previously. And then we saw this user, Modding Spree, reveal that those tags have been removed. I did check again this morning. The tag is still not listed on the Steam page, store page for Concord. So they removed that tag, and they're the ones who put that tag in there in the first place. We know this because this is what the Valve's Steamworks documentation says. It says the tags given the most weight govern your visibility more than those given less. Your title's top 5 tags should paint a fairly clear picture of your game, as those tags will also be used to describe your game. Tags are ordered on your game page by the amount of weight each has on your game as a result of your own sorting in the tag wizard. So clearly talking about the developer there, Firewalk Studios, sorting the tags in the tag wizard tool that Valve and Steam offers them. And it says here, this can be modified over time as a number of players apply particular tags to your game. Some store filters prioritize the first 15 tags, so be sure that these are sorted in order of relevance to your title. And the LGBTQ plus tag was the top tag before it was removed from the Steam store by Firewalk Studios. But this idea that they were introducing a quote-unquote transgender character, there's no such thing as transgender. You are either male or female, but it's not surprising that they would do this. As I said, this character does have she, her pronouns in the game, but it's likely they would have revealed that this character has a mental illness, is suffering from delusion, spiritual ailment, whatever you want to call it, through the game's in-game cinematic vignettes. The company's director of IP, Kim Crines, explained these back during PlayStation State of Play when they kind of revealed this game over the summer. And it said, every character brings their own unique personality, skills, and wide-ranging perspectives to the crew. Every week when you log into Concord, you'll be welcomed with a new cinematic vignette that will give you a chance to see our characters off the job. They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships and unpack the broader Concord galaxy. So it's very clear what they were going to do, at least in my opinion. And I think this revelation from this singer just reinforces that assumption that I made, that this is indeed what they were going to do with these characters. And all of these characters, who even knows what they are? This one, clearly not a female, clearly a man pretending to be a woman, even in the game as well. And gamers were right to boycott this game. They were 100% right to boycott this game. They have indeed boycotted it. You can see right here, peak concurrent only hit 697 on the day that it released. In the last 24 hours, took the screenshot or just earlier today, only 110 people hit a concurrent peak of 110. That is an 84% decline in less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. It hit its peak 11 days ago. We're not even 2 weeks out from this game launching, and it's already seen an 84% decline. I said that it would get to double digits by the end of August. I was clearly a little bit off, but it looks like we're going to get there by the middle of this week, if not by the end of the week. I mean, peak 24-hour peak of 110 there. It's closing in on those double-digit numbers very, very quickly on Steam. And it does not seem to be any better on PlayStation. If you go to psnprofiles.com, you can see here in the screenshot, there's only 1,303 people that are playing this game, and only 1,264 of them have actually achieved the most common trophy, which is a first takedown, which requires players to basically just kill another person in games. So there's a bunch of people who bought the game and didn't even play it because they saw that the player counts were already awful and just didn't even make it. They didn't even make it into a game. Maybe the wait times were already too long. There was a report that there was like an 8-minute wait time at one point. So they might have just been like, 8-minute wait time. Are you kidding me? And they just logged off and never actually got into the game to play the game at all, even after spending $40 on it. So absolutely doing terrible on Steam, doing awful on PlayStation as well. And these numbers here from PSN Profiles, I think, kind of are corroborated by a report that we had from True Trophies at the end of August. So when the game was released, the outlet shared at the time, with no one collecting Concord trophies on PlayStation Network, Firewalk's first PlayStation 5 game is in number 147 place in our popularity chart. So for clarity, True Trophies explains that their chart is made using a representative sample of 3.1 million active PlayStation Network accounts, not just True Trophies accounts, courtesy of Game Insights. In fact, they just released a new update yesterday on September 2nd, and they noted that Concord had fallen even further down its chart. We've also got to acknowledge the horror show that is Concord. I don't know that I've ever seen a AAA game flop this hard since I've started writing these every Monday. Last week, it was in a dreary number 147. Now, Concord is the number 180 most popular PlayStation 5 game. That is how bad this game is doing, and they really thought they could dupe people with all of this stuff, but gamers saw through it. We're not interested in it. Boycotted this game. And it looks like this is going to be a triple-digit failure, potentially over $100 million loss, might be even more. There were reports that they've been developing this game for 8 years. So could be really, really bad. That came from the lead character designer indicating they had been working on it for 8 years. He'd been working on it for the last 5 years. So not good for Concord, but good for us. Good for us gamers. Didn't play this game. Didn't have to be exposed to the propaganda that this game was going to be pushing. And Sony and Firewalk Studios are going to learn a tough lesson that woke does not sell, and gamers are uninterested in woke ideology, DEI, character designs, etc. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, but to always speak the truth.